Welcome to BodyBags. I'm your Friday reviewer, Chris from Chris B Movies. You know my name is Chris. You know I love B movies. I love Herman Yao films. The Untold Story, anyone? He also did Ebola Syndrome, about all the Ebola rage that was going on. This movie is batshit nuts, okay? If you don't own this from Vinegar Syndrome, pick this up now. Oh my god, what to say about this film? It just runs at this frantic pace right from the beginning. Certain little scenes here and there that are totally disgusting. I'm not sure if... I'm pretty sure, but some of the animal killings are... oh my god, quite disturbing. And I'm not sure if they were real or not, so maybe you can let me know if they were real or not. Try to do some research on that. I couldn't really find much out. But, oh my god. Holy cow. So you got this guy, Kai-san. Now, you're going to find out about Kai-san. Okay, this movie basically centers around him. He's a sexual maniac. That's all he thinks about is sex, 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 sex. And he's a putridly disgusting man. There's no other way of saying it. He's just disgusting. His whole mind is sex, 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 sex. So it starts off in the beginning where he's having sex with some girl that he basically grew up with. But he works for her husband, who is some part of Yakuza. It's never really explained what he does. And so, her husband finds out that Kai's having sex with her. And he goes in and just beats the hell out of him. He makes her pee on his face. I'm not even joking about this. Totally humiliating, has him get on his knees. Then he takes a thing of scissors and is ready to cut his junk off when Kai is very intelligent and says, "No, I'll do it myself. There's not much. I'll do it." He takes the scissors and he just kills his boss. Then he kills the other guy that works for him. And he just goes friggin' mental. Then the little girl who was in the other room, he tries to set her on fire. But people come in and, come in and chase him off. So he's on the run. Now he's in South Africa and he works at a Chinese restaurant. And as he's cutting up frogs, I'm not even joking about this. This is such an odd scene, man. Like, they look like they were real frogs and he's chopping them up for the frog rice that they have on the menu. When him and his boss that he works with at the Chinese restaurant, who has this hot wife who is always so demeaning to Kai, she just insults him and just looks down on him. Well, him and his boss go to get meat, hog, so they go to, they meet up with this butcher who's miserable, and he charges an arm or a leg for the hog, but they still pay for it, or he threatens to beat the hell out of him, and has his butchers attack him. That scene is amazing. And then he goes to where the natives are, African natives. And as he's going in to speak to their chief, he sees that a lot of people are really sick. I mean, they're laying there, and obviously, we know they have Ebola, because they're all dead. They're cutting chickens up, they're doing dances and stuff, they're drinking chicken, blood from the chicken, and doing all this type of stuff. And this goes on for quite a while. Finally, they go in and they talk to the chief, and the chief is like, says, yeah, $200 a piece. So Kai's boss says, I'll take 2 of them. So he goes in and he opens they're on this like little blanket. He opens it up and he sees like dead people who have Ebola. He goes to check on the other one and he sees the pigs, so they pick up the pigs and they carry them. But this whole area is infested with Ebola. Basically, all the natives have them, and I'm sure the chief has it as well. And Kai gets Ebola, but he has an immunity to it. Now, they say 1 in 10,000 people have an immunity to Ebola. And he is that one who has an immunity. But now he's spreading it to everybody, especially when he goes back to Hong Kong and meets up with an old friend of his, an old flame of his. He is giving it to everybody. And you see people just dropping, getting Ebola, and the Ebola virus is just going everywhere. And now he knows that he has Ebola, and he knows finally that he's giving it to all these people, and now he's just going mental and insane, and now he just doesn't care. He goes up to people, spits blood at them, spitting at them, takes this little girl captive. Then the little girl ends up dying. I mean, what the hell? Oh my god. There is nothing that this film looks to be ashamed of. It doesn't look like they have any shame in making this film. They're just like, we're just gonna go all out and break every rule possible. Kill little kids, no problem. Cut up animals, cut up frogs, we have no problem. This movie is just insane. Now, going further back, the little girl that he was going to set on fire, but was rescued, she grew older, and every time she's around him, she can smell him, she can smell the blood on him. And her goal is to get rid of him, because, you know, now she's found out he has Ebola. But this guy's spreading Ebola to everybody, and everybody's getting sick. And that's Ebola Syndrome. The best way I can describe this one, it looks amazing on 4K and Blu-ray. Just absolutely amazing. I highly recommend picking this one up. It's batshit crazy. I'm not sure if there were real animal killings in this one. If it was, I'm going to put my rating a lot lower. This film is batshit crazy. It's insane. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. Kind of a lower budget film from Hong Kong. But some of it was filmed in Africa as well. West Africa, South Africa. So to speak, in Taiwan. And of course, Hong Kong. Yeah, they traveled for this film. But yeah, well played, though. You know, all the acting was cheesy as hell. But it seems like they had a good time with it. Anthony Wong, who played Kai, and he played your main character. He had to go to some dark places to play this role of Kai-san. I mean, Kai-san is just he's not someone you ever want to be around. He's just this sexual deviant. And he uses sex to get what he wants, and oh my god. Like, my description does not do this film justice. This is something you have to see. This is the first time for everything. And this is the first time you'll see Ebola Syndrome, if you care to watch it. You know, with everything going around, I mean, Ebola is much more scary than COVID will ever be. I mean, like, your insides just melt, basically, with Ebola. And I'm glad that Ebola never made it around here. It may have made it around here, but it wasn't as contagious and got around as much as COVID. And COVID's a horrible thing. A lot of lives have been lost with it, and a lot of people got sick being on COVID. A lot of people I work with almost lost their lives from it, so. And, you know, family members or friends, you know, died from it. So it's a real serious thing that's going around right now. But Ebola, I think it's a lot worse. They say it's highly contagious, you know, any type of sweat glands or anything gets on you. And this guy's just spitting at everybody, spitting blood at everybody, and just infecting everybody, just running around. They would see me just running around the streets, just infecting everybody. Cornered a guy spit in his face, spit blood in his face, and it's like, oh man, totally insane. Insane film. But yeah, Ebola Syndrome, definitely check this one out. Now, I'm going to get a ranking. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. If the animal killings were fake and it was not real animal killings, I give it a solid 9, because this movie was like an hour and 40 minutes, and it flowed so well. Man, I couldn't take my eyes off this film. But if these were real animal killings, the rating's going to be a lot lower, possibly towards a 7. I'll take 2 points off of that, because that's the one thing that bothered me about Cannibal Holocaust, is that there was real killings, and Cannibal Holocaust is a picture-perfect movie, and it just pisses you off when you're an animal lover and you see stuff like that. Because without the animal killings, Cannibal Holocaust would be a picture-perfect film. I even love the theme song to Cannibal Holocaust. Like, I play it all the time. It's like, I love it. And it just pisses me off that they were real animal killings. Same thing with Cannibal Ferox. I love that film, other than the fact that they have animal killings. But the frog scene in the restaurant when he's chopping up these frogs, holy crap! I've never seen anything like it. Just complete insanity. But Ebola Syndrome is a batshit crazy movie. Probably the most batshit thing I think Vinegar Syndrome's ever put out. I'm just going to say it that much, but it looks beautiful in Blu-ray and 4K. Amazing. And beautiful artwork, yeah. Check this one out! And check out all the other reviews. 2 big heavy hitters coming on Saturday and Sunday, so please check them out and check me out next week. Always bringing something fun to the table. Yeah, like if you like. Please comment below. Subscribe to BodyBags and Chris B Movies if you will. Please do so. We'd so appreciate it. And please, don't forget to check those late night horror movies. Read up on your latest Fright Mags. Don't forget to tune in to another episode of the show we call BodyBags. And check out Ebola Syndrome from Vinegar Syndrome.